142 children were recruited by the rebel-free Syrian army. ISIL has drafted at least 69 children. Kurdish People's Protection Units, otherwise called as the YPG, are said to have enrolled 24. And 25 underage fighters have joined the al-Qaeda-linked al-Nusra Front. Besides the recruitment, Syrian government and militia are also arresting and torturing children. A warning that some viewers may find the images in Osama bin Javid's report disturbing.
This girl just lost her parents when a barrel bomb hit their house in Aleppo. She's among the 14 million children affected by the war in Syria. The United Nations says many more like her are not only facing death, but also abuse and exploitation. It has verified that out of the 38 children detained by Syrian authorities, nearly half of them were subjected to torture, and says the number could be much higher. It's also documented allegations of sexual violence against children by Syrian government forces and pro-government groups. And some believe children are targeted on purpose.
Most of the times they are targeted. On one hand, of course, because they are very vulnerable, but on the other hand, it's really to fragment and to destroy the society that has been the focus of the conflict.
Children are frequently arrested at checkpoints and at schools. Like this boy who was picked up for a pro-freedom song on his mobile. He's questioned and beaten repeatedly. Activists say this is a common practice in contested areas. The UN accuses pro-government groups, including Hezbollah and Shabiha, of recruiting children and also using them as human shields. ISIL is believed to have child soldiers, some as young as 8 years old. It's abducted or imprisoned nearly 500 and uses them as suicide bombers and informants. It's reportedly established 3 child training camps, and hundreds of boys are indoctrinated with seminars, salaries, mobile phones, weapons and religious persuasion. Rights groups say it's in violation of international humanitarian law. Syrian children have also been forcefully taken to neighboring Jordan, Lebanon, Turkey and Iraq. Many are calling for urgent steps to stop the long-term damage to millions of children before it becomes a regional threat.
If the youngest grow up in this milieu of violence, then the danger is that this violence will spread out in many different contexts. If we don't act very quickly, those children cannot have a healthy life and they cannot become healthy adults in turn, both psychologically and physically. So it's really an urgent matter.
But there's nothing urgent about the Syrian conflict, now in its 5th year, where thousands of vulnerable children continue to bury their parents and lose their homes and schools.